walk downstairs, got to carry all the crap. Today we're going to run that motor later on this afternoon when it warms up. Got an order of Wicks dope in. I think it was almost 300. You don't get much. $96 for a gallon of white. It's ridiculous. But here we are. John's building a extra 300 type control line airplane. He's got this cowl mold. He's going to mold this cowl out of fiberglass. I guess this was a Japanese or Chinese or Nipponese or one of them knees plastic thing that he modified. He was working on last week where he made it wider for a 2-inch spinner instead of a 1 3/4. Good sounding picture. Thanks, Craig. Craig is back. Yay!
Yeah, we took this thing and we cut it last week. We filled it with plaster of Paris, and then we cut it in half both directions and put a piece of 1/4-inch wood in it, which enlarged this.
That's a lie. John did it. We had nothing to do with it.
To 2 inches, and 2 inches fits better with a 75 size props. You just try to cram those into 1 3/4-inch spinner and they get a little pretty tight.
Morning, Montana farmer. Well, as soon as John finishes his smoke there, we'll head on down to the basement.
Oh man, I'm gonna spray coat of primer on that thing.
Matter of fact, I'm going to walk down there. I'll carry the camera and camera bag, get it set up, and then it's going to take a couple trips. Today I'm going to mount that canopy. Set that there. Need to get my makeshift tripod, the bench top tripod. Going to be about a minute of silence because I got to walk back upstairs and I can't carry all this stuff down with the camera. So let me get this on here. Okay. And the microphone. Okay, we're all set up. Give me about a minute to walk up there and bring my airplane down and another box. Okie dokie. Let me get a soda. Set up here. Chapter packet. Well, I made a couple choices. I was going to put those air bottles, oxygen bottles in the back. I don't have the time. I'm running short of time. So then I decided, to save 1.5 ounces, I was going to mold a wood canopy. But I don't have the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue the pilot in, put the canopy on, and that's it. If I could mold the canopy, I could save 1.5 ounces. Before I get too far ahead of myself here, I need to tidy up this black line. Fortunately, I brought the paint and a brush to go ahead and tidy that line up. John's Nobler is a Giske Nobler, and I believe it weighs 42 ounces. Pretty nice airplane. Pretty nice. I'm waiting on John to he's bringing the box down. Unless I go up and get it myself. I guess I'll do that. Give me a second, I'll go up and get that other box. So I got sandpaper and that stuff in there. Time is so valuable when I come over here because it's an hour's drive time. Half hour here, half hour back. So that kills an hour out of the day. So I don't dare waste any time. I think I've narrowed the running of this engine, why this engine wouldn't run, down to fuel. I'd be willing to almost bet on it. We're going to run that today out on the bench. So, first thing I need to do is I'm going to clean up this line here. I didn't quite get it right. I need to put a little more black on his hair too before I glue him in. We got 5 and 4.
5 and 4.
Hey, Chris, I got to tell you, my Wix order came in yesterday. Hope you got yours yesterday. Maybe you'll get it Monday if you didn't get it yet. They got their supplies in, so everything's off back order. Unless I'm special.
I saved some of this dust.
What?
This
Plaster dust?
well, it's a superfill dust.
Oh,
And I was wondering about mixing that in with some,
dope.
well, or epoxy.
The only kind of epoxy you could use would be epoxy.
Well, it's
I wouldn't bother with it.
finishing resin or something, a little experiment. Might be able to put it in dope. And then sand it off. It's already cured out, sand it back off.
For you guys that were wondering, because Dan mentioned it to me, wondering what I was doing with the superfill on his head. I made blue hair. It really looks good.
It made hair.
It made real hair instead of a plastic molded hair.
Let's see.
Really gave it some dimension. It is a little difficult to paint because it's got a lot of texture. I'm going over it right now where the blue is showing through. Yeah, it should be good enough. Unless you got a buddy like Tommy Looper. Tommy Looper's the finest pilot maker. It's unbelievable. You better get this right now because you never get another chance to do this. One-shot deal.
Fix all your defects.
You got any clear silicone?
Probably not.
I guess it's epoxy time.
I got blue and red RTV.
Yeah.
That stuff you got buying in the whole caulking kit, and if you don't use it up good, it's bad on you.
No, I'm not talking because I'm paying big time attention. I'm filling in his mustache.
Holding your breath.
Close enough. Good enough for the girls I go out with. Okay. Wonder, do I want his head touching it or not? Touching the back? Probably not. Okay, we'll rinse this brush out. Okay. I guess I should use a little drill and drill a few holes in that base of that thing for the pilot to sit on, huh?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
You got a finger drill?
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Doesn't have to go all the way through, it just needs to,
Those come apart and they got different sizes inside of them. If you unscrew the handle out of them, unscrew the other end, and you flip that over. That's about an 1/8 inch. Is that what you got there?
Yeah.
There should be one set up for an 1/8 inch. That might be.
yeah, that might work.
That might where you, sometimes you gotta take this off to get it for 1/8 inch to get them in there. Know where that came from?
No.
American Hobby Center. Remember that? New York?
No. Now there's a thread on Stunt Hanger about where to buy supplies by Tom McLean. He didn't mention Wix Aircraft. Wix is the best place to get all that stuff, all your dope, anyway. I think. The nice thing about Wix is it's right in the center of the United States. Of course, if you live on the West Coast and you order from Aircraft Spruce, that's close. But if you live on the East Coast, I mean, shipping for me is 1 day. Now I'm just putting some little reliefs in this so that the epoxy has some place to grip to. Doesn't necessarily have to go all the way through, and this drill bit is dull. Let's see if we got any chatters. Chat, chat, chat. I need a pilot that's got the panic look covering his eyes, yeah. Chris, did you get your order? paint order. Ah, nothing like spitting on it. Let's see, 6 watchers and 7 likes. It's in the process according to my account on their site. Good. Yeah, Wix will take care of it. Now, this is the new stuff, the new Superfill, $38 or $35. This is the old stuff, same part number, $28. Get your orders in now, because I bet it's going to go up exponentially. When the gas prices go up, everything goes up across the board.
Yep. That'd be a fact.
And you don't think it's a hidden tax, it certainly is.
I don't even know if they bother to try to hide it anymore. Just do it.
You know what? I'm going to try a smaller bit with one of them other drills, because this thing's dull.
We doing drilling holes in the floor.
Yeah, it's plywood. It's a 64th ply. So,
Using them are probably sharper than any of them.
yeah.
Yeah. I know they're Harbor Freight, but
Hardly freight.
hardly freight. I'm gonna make a little bit of noise.
Whatever. All these things, just to get this stupid thing on there. Okay, what's the story here, Larry? Okay, finally got that sorted out. There we go. Making our plungers?
Huh?
Making our plungers?
Yeah.
Okay, I've drilled 2, 4, 6 holes in that right there. Where the pilot's going to sit, I'm going to do the same in the base of this pilot right here. Probably ought to do this on it with a drill. And where's your battery operated drill?
Out the garage.
So, don't want to do that. Did you see my tip the other night about, you know, when you get these drill bits won't lock in, leave the ballpoint pen?
Oh, yeah.
You ever do that before?
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I probably got the teeth line around here somewhere. There's that, did you find that little connector over there?
Yeah, I got it. Okay, now I've drilled holes in the bottom of the pilot here. They don't match those holes, but that's okay. When I set the pilot on, it'll act as little nails with the epoxy. Some of it will go that way and some of it will go, well, I'm gonna put the glue on the upside and set them in here, so hopefully I can force it down in there, whatever. trust me, I have a lot of friends. I've never had it happen to me because I paid attention to my friends' airplanes. That the pilots come off and are floating around in the cockpit. You had that happen, John?
Never had it happen. And I do the same thing, only I use either epoxy or silicone. I like silicone a little bit better than epoxy, but just because it's so flexible. But vibration dampening line. But either way works fine. I've never had one fall out yet. And I do the exact same thing. I drill holes, make look little nails.
Now, Rabe, he used to screw his pilots to the floor.
Yeah.
With a
Yeah.
blind nut.
About 3 screws at the bottom of each pilot and
Yeah.
stuff. I guess he had some bad experiences.
Yeah, there's no need. You don't need to use a 632 screw to hold your pilot down. There's not that much strain on him.
Nah.
We've been having a Now, I'm going to say something. And Jim Lee, if you're watching, sorry. We've been having a problem with these Jim Lee syringes. They're a great product for a season. But what happens is that the syringe itself swells.
Yeah.
And the O-ring doesn't seat. So when you pull it up, it draws air, or the fuel will go past, and when you push it down, it squirts it all in your face. So John's making a double O-ring setup.
Yeah, we're gonna try that and see if that doesn't work. I'm trying actually a next size larger O-ring in it instead of one that fits sort of tight, so that you sort of compress the O-ring a little bit more. And maybe that won't. I don't know if that put more pressure on the sides of it or less pressure, but whatever it is, you're right. The outside of the syringe swells. You know, I think that this, you know, wearing out O-rings is one thing, but
I don't wear that O-ring out.
I don't think it, you know, outside of this fuel eating it, but we're gonna try 2 O-rings on that and see if that doesn't last longer or do something. Or do, you know, let us know, Jim, if those Vertron O-rings are better than the.
Why not just take, you know, the stopper that comes with the stock? Why not make something to hold that stock stopper? Because those stock stoppers last forever.
Yeah, I get pretty good use out of them. You know,
You got
I
one
have
up
them
down
last
here?
2 or 3 years. I just used it upstairs, but there's a smaller one that's just the same thing.
Yeah, take that off. Take that stopper off.
Now, Bill Reynolds made one like this, and he used this, and he took the stopper off, and he made a piece
Right,
to go on the end, and then bolted it right here.
right.
But it was still an O-ring.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
take that off. So what you would need to do is to make an end to screw onto this that look like that. So just pretend, you know, make this a 1/4 inch or whatever. And this is gone, so it's a 1/4 inch, and that doesn't have to have that. It could be round, but a taper, and then that's the ticket right there. Use this stock piece on this that's this stock piece on this slide right here.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. There's a thickness problem here, being able to pull it back enough. Maybe not. Maybe we should be able to get enough on there.
If you don't have a stock stopper, I got one up in my car. The right side.
You're really making that. It doesn't.
Yeah, you're just making this for the bigger one of those.
Right. You can still make it with that cone and everything
Right.
on it. In fact, I can do it with what I got right there, because I've got the cone shapes already on there right now.
Right, okay, yeah.
So all I gotta do is turn down the diameter to a large plunger to this size.
Right.
Let me see if I can find a large plunger.
That is the ticket.
I like the fact that those things, you can't pull it out the end or anything like that.
Right.
That's a nice feature. The O-rings is a neat deal. Here's one that's wore out. Here's one that Bill Reynolds made.
That ain't it.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I don't like that one.
It did the same thing as
Yeah.
that one did. Exact same thing.
You want me to go up and get my syringes?
Yeah, I don't have one down here.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go out in my car. Huh?
Should be one in my,
I'll get
wait a
mine.
minute, in my toolbox, my flight box. Well, trials and tribulations of a stunt flyer. It's all about making things work somehow. I hope this still works with the stock plunger in it. Let's see, that's 3/8 24, it looks like. Bigger than 7/16.
Man, we're gonna have the setup here, buddy.
3/8 24.
Okay, this one's yours.
3/8 24.
These two are mine.
Whoa. Still got a little fuel in it.
Yeah, I just squirted it out. You had about an ounce in there. There's what you need to make right there. You don't even have to have any, you could have it the same thickness there because there's enough meat there. You know, just make this piece here. There's enough meat to drill in and hold the end of that shaft.
All that fuel has gotten up past that.
Well, this has been sitting in, you know, in the car. This would be good for a couple more seasons. I mean, these are good.
Yeah, you can see when they start putting little black flakes in it. You gotta replace them. And these things are about $14 in the hobby shop, $12 or something like
You
that.
get them online for $6.
Or if you buy a case of them, you can get them for about $4.
Yeah, but you got hosed last time you bought a case, didn't you?
No, it was just harder than heck to find a place that had them.
Oh.
To source it. They carried all sorts of different sizes of syringes, but they didn't carry that
Right.
size. So what we got to do is we got to make a plunger about that size. Thread it for that.
Where's that piece? Yeah, you just need to make that piece there.
That's no big deal. That is no big deal. That's already on there.
And this has got to fit on there, and that's it.
I'm gonna take.
Just make it as close as you can to that spec with the 1/16 increment machine readouts you got.
I'm gonna turn the taper on both ends of this and then try to get
Two of them out of that.
two of them out of this.
Yeah. Make sure the taper's the same as that.
Well, that's what I did. I set up the Jim Lee taper. It's whatever his taper is on his.
Yeah, I know, but it's his taper the same as that.
Yeah. Yeah, right there it is.
Yeah.
It fits right down in the end of the syringe.
Sorry about that, guys. We're away from model building, but hey, we gotta get this stuff ready for this evening. How's the paint scheme coming? Oh, John, they're asking. Cancel. They're asking how many ounces are the syringes you're using? They're 5 ounce. How's the paint scheme coming, John? Ha ha. I told you what's gonna happen. Sparky's gonna come over here and lay it out one weekend. We gotta get that done before the Nats too. There'll probably be a painting weekend for his airplane and my airplane. We'll paint them at the same time. Okay, let me get some epoxy and we'll get that pilot glued in. 5 minutos. Green bottle. Right here.
Isn't that 5 minutes?
30 minutes.
There's 5 minutes.
Don't want to get that mercury.
Yeah, that's all I can get.
Now I need a popsicle stick. We got a popsicle stick. Okay. Oh man, when I'm doing this, just watch, because I don't know how much explain. I'm going to glue the pilot and it's not going to be a big deal. When I get ready to glue this canopy on, it's a one-shot deal. I doubt I'm going to be talking too much until I get it down and I'm holding it down. Okay, that's pocket. Two of those, good pipe. Everybody watching Bad Chad channel? I think he's picking up on some of my stuff because he's tried to paint that Jaguar hood with 1 quart of primer. First, I gotta say the guy is a great body man. Got good instinct. Now, as far as paintwork goes, you really can't tell paintwork over the computer. You gotta get up close on it. Now, I'm mixing this epoxy up. Less is more when you're gluing this stuff in. If you don't want it to smush out from underneath the pilot. That's kind of a disaster.
Or drip inside.
Yeah, or drip inside. So we put a little epoxy there. Put a little epoxy there. I'm forcing it down into those holes I drilled. Now will just be a human clamp. Hold this puppy down. Make sure his head is clear in the back of the cockpit. I don't want his head banging on the wall. Oh, I better get the, as soon as I get done doing this, I gotta plug in the phone. I have forgot that, oh, we had 97%. I was also trying to stream out at the field, and I'll try it again Tuesday. I just couldn't make it work. So you could see how frustrated I was. I hate monkeying around with BS. Don't you think that's a better idea, John, instead of trying to make double O-ring plunger?
Probably, more compatible.
We'll have to turn that design on to Jim Lee. Of course, you know, you could have them CNC'd and you could spit them out by the millions, but
I mean, this is a neat idea because you got a replaceable O-ring. With the plunger, with the stock plunger, you can't replace it. You just got to replace the whole syringe. Or buy a whole nother syringe just
I'll
for
bet
the
we
plunger.
could find those plunger parts though.
Maybe. What I'd like to find is an 8-ounce syringe.
They got them. Combat guys use them.
Well, you can get them big things that are like 1.5 feet long, you know, from Rojet. But I'm not so sure that I like that big bulky thing. And you can get them in clear or you can get them in aluminum, which is an O-ring type plunger thing. But aluminum, but you can't see how much fuel you got in it, you know.
Well, combat guys know they get the fuel tank is full when the thing explodes.
I think there's marked on the shaft where you pull it out on the shaft, and you can see by that how much fuel's in it. But I don't know. We'll figure something out, even if it's wrong. Even if it's wrong.
I'm willing to bet this is a good idea. Well, he's in there. Glue's it's set up. Airplane just went up 1/2 ounce.
Yes.
That is so disheartening. All that weight. God.
Well, that's the nature of the piece. Add all that detail. Most guys aren't as weight critical as you are.
I'm pretty well positive that's glued in there. But glue's not quite set up yet. So, recap. Holes in the pilot, holes in the floor, force the glue into the floor, force the glue into the pilot, put the two together. That way it's nailed or riveted to the floor. Or you can just use silicone and that'll smooth it, but I think that's probably heavier than what I just did. We didn't use a whole lot of epoxy. About 2 dimes worth. And for silicone to get a good bond, you'd have to fill up the bottom of that thing.
No, not really. You'd be surprised. That stuff, like I said, I got big giant pieces of glass in and all sorts of racquetball, of course. It all's held in with the silicone. And those guys run and jump and bounce off that glass, and that's big 3/4 inch thick glass. Big pieces. They're probably 12 foot tall and 8 foot wide. Huge glass.
Well, that's he's stuck in there now. In a minute we'll try to pick him up. I want to make sure he's in there. 10 likes, that's good. Veterinarians have bigger syringes.
Yeah, I know. I've looked at a vet supply house. Sometimes they don't want to deal with you if you don't have a license.
Call a vet.
They won't sell stuff to you. I went to a vet supply house out in Wilmington and they gave me the big time runaround. I'm like, well, I got pigs in my backyard. I need something to irrigate and fight wounds. And they didn't buy that because they knew all the farmers in the area.
Yeah, I get Dave to do it though. Dave's a farmer. Okay, it looks pretty good. I got I'm hoping this fingerprint's on the outside. Does it feel like it's on the outside? It does to me.
Yeah,
It should sand off. I don't know how that
that
happened.
looks like glue.
Yeah, it should sand off when I clear it. Be all right.
Yeah, you better take care of it before. I would work on it now a little bit. Take some 2000 or something to it. And,
Nah, got no way to hold it.
yeah.
Gonna be like when you go to buy them syringes. It's gonna be like I do with the bottles and stuff.
I bought a whole case one time with the 5 ounces, the ones that we use here. And when I was getting those,
yeah. Well, I just killed my chance to get the canopy on today. Use alcohol and it wipes that paint off.
Maybe you had another canopy the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't bring it with you?
No. Well, I just killed the chance to get the canopy on today. Guess I paint that with dope. Damn. I guess we could do that. I guess get some dope. If I want it clean, you know, You got a 13-inch canopy over here?
Nope. Not 13 inch.
What do you got? Because the problem is it's got to fit exactly in that groove.
Well, you got quite a bit of overhang on that plunger.
No, I'm talking about the canopy.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What do you got for canopies? You got
I just got one.
bubble canopy?
One just like that.
What?
Well, I've got other kinds, but they're not 13 inch. The 10. And then these are 9s. These are 9s with the flat front. That's the only one. Where's that? Was there one up here on the wall somewhere? Look right back there.
Oh, yeah. This is my big one. I don't think I can cut it out of this. I think it's a totally different shape.
Put it on there and find out.
Yeah, it's no good. Too wide. Oh, damn. Well, I'll just try to keep cleaning this and see what happens.
Yeah, you might look out.
Oh, shit. I forgot I had that one over here. I didn't bring any white acrylic, so I gotta do it with dope if I'm gonna do it. Is there more alcohol?
Yeah. Gotta give up that gray cap.
Well, what a bummer.
Ain't on there with white tape, that'll dry fast enough to,
Oh, yeah.
and that'll match, there's a 50,000 different shades of white. Sometimes they don't always match, but down in that, for that line, you really don't see it all that much.
No, it's just a blocker. It's a
Glue blocker.
to block the superfill line. I mean, you don't have to put it on, but
No, I've done them without it. But you gotta be real careful with your glue and your superfill and all that stuff. Alright, let's see here. Here's a wubba.
okay, we got most of it off. Let's see, we got any chatters? We got 11 watchers. So all that shit that I showed you the other night about painting a stripe on it, I just killed it. Trying to clean the inside of the canopy with alcohol. I gotta tell you that paint don't like alcohol. I say? But it looks like I can. Looks like I can. We might get the canopy gluing today. This here, I don't want to come off. It's
I just keep rubbing it. That might be some epoxy or something. That hopefully it's epoxy. If it's epoxy, it should.
you got any 91? This is 70.
Yeah, up there. Looking at gray cabinet up high.
Up high. Well, that's
Yeah, I might have to reach it for you.
yeah. And we get to 91. I don't think it'll attack plastic, will it? I doubt it.
I don't think so. It doesn't matter. You're gonna scratch it up.
Yeah, I don't want to melt it. I'll guarantee if I put lacquer thinner on it, it'd melt it. Especially our shit thinner.
Yeah.
Our shit thinner is so hot. It's unreal.
Yeah. Like using MEK or something.
We're gonna need some more of that.
Got about, I want to say exactly, got about probably a little less than a half, 5 gallons, less than 2.5 gallons.
It came off.
Yeah.
Just needed some more poop. All right, we're in there. We're gonna get this canopy all cleaned out. Yeah, it came off. Okay, let's dry paper towel now. Well, I'm happy. Yay, we got it. Have to go up and get me some, go out in my car and get my can of soap so I can at least paint that line. Maybe one more cleaning. Yeah, it came back. I mean, it's better, but it'll go away when I sand it out and clear it. It's so big.
Size right there. it's gotta get turned down, it's gotta get a groove put in it for this,
Right,
and then it's gotta get turned down this deep.
right. Got it. I didn't realize it was that big. We got 12 likes and 11 watchers, so no super chats, but we'll survive. Basically what I'm not really worried about the outside of this canopy because this gets cleared on the outside. I'm worried about the inside. I want to make sure there's no dirt, fingerprints, marks, anything on the inside, because once it's down, that's it. Can I brush paint dope down here?
Do I have what?
Can I brush paint a line of dope around there down here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go upstairs and go outside and get my quart of dope that's mixed up. We're gonna come back down and I'll take the brush and I'll rebrush that line on the bottom in dope this time. And that should dry relatively quick. And we'll get the canopy glued on. And make them both at the same time, and then start them off. And then you got to start them off.
I won't be able to do that. I have to start getting off. I don't have
against the stock here instead of the parting tool, I think.
No, it's binding up in the. A lot for this little lathe. I think probably hotter than firecracker.
Well, normally when you can tell it's hot, it's when the smoke is billowing off.
Yeah. I'll take sloppy seconds down there. Well, this makes a mess.
Smoking.
What temperature?
Next Saturday, Christopher Everson's gonna be here, but I think we're being there Friday, right, John?
See what?
We're gonna be at Modelorama on Friday.
Yeah.
But you could stop by here, couldn't he?
Who?
Chris Everson.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
You know who that is, right?
No, I'm not real familiar with him. Name sounds familiar.
Up in Cleveland.
Cleveland? Yeah, I don't care. Now see what that is that.
I guess if all else fails, we could add a round piece of sheet metal to the back, the bottom. I think it needs
Why
this
do you
piece.
got a bottom?
I think it needs this piece as a stop for that rubber.
Well, yeah, you're gonna leave that on there. You're gonna cut this off right here.
No, we're gonna throw
Leave
that
that.
away. Gonna drill and thread that for that.
Well, this fits in a groove inside of that. There's a groove down
Right.
here. You don't need anything pushing that way.
To hold this back seal on there is what I'm saying.
Why? That doesn't do anything.
Well,
Why would that do anything?
you don't quite get it. Yeah, this seal here is the main seal, but this is the secondary seal, and it's got a third seal on it actually. And as it's pushing forward, it's rolling. So in order to hold that straight, it needs that edge there. But that's not a big deal. We can use a piece of sheet metal. Just drill and tap it for that thread right there. You might have to turn the thickness of that down so that that back piece pushes on that back piece of that rubber. We can try it as is, but I think it's going to need that piece.
This is going to be hard to work on because I don't know how I'm going to chuck this puppy up. It's got that flange on the end of it.
Yeah, I thought you were turning it with that flange on it too.
Well, see, here's my deal. I don't have the right tool.
Well, I understand.
You know, when you're trying to make stuff with a frickin' cutoff. See, that's gonna be a bitch to get it in there and get it. I should have drilled and tapped them holes first, if I thought about it.
How could you do it first? You were making two out of one piece. One end
Yeah, I
without a hole.
know, I'm trying to figure out a way to do this
Of course,
here and-
you know what? It wouldn't matter if it had a hole all the way through it, would it?
No, it just wouldn't push right in the center of the plunger, you know what I mean? Cause it's made to push all the way, the whole width of that rubber.
Just put a PV in there.
I'll figure something out here. So push it all the way in there, but then my jaws are in the way.
How about take this, take it out, push this in there. Why is this bigger than that?
Because that's made for an O-ring, it's
Oh.
not made for a.
You know, something to center it in there.
Cause otherwise you get it in there
Right.
off the job.
Or
I don't know if I can turn these jaws around. That'd be clamping on that end. That would be right.
Or how about this?
Here, give me a,
Drill a hole in it. Drill a hole in it, use the chuck to center it, pull it back and leave it that on the drill bit and then tighten the chuck up.
yeah, I could do that probably. I wanna face this off, I'm gonna face it off that extra.
Right, 16th. And you could probably face it off, you just have to be real careful not to hit the chuck.
I don't have the right tooling to get down in there. You know, I'd have to use some kind of a boring bar or something.
Well, try this, just drill a hole and tap it and try it as is, see if it works. If it works, then don't monkey with it. Don't fix what's not broke.
Yeah, that's always a good idea.
I mean, it's just my theory that it needs that back piece. If that's how I was doing it, I would have made, the piece I would have made would have looked like this. And that's what I thought you were doing, you know? From there forward.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll make another one. We'll do it just like that.
16th, quarter inch, 16th, and then a taper. And then screw it into there.
See, with all these, these different sizes, you still end up with the same thing, no matter what. You gotta turn this size, and then drill and tap this. And then turn it around and use the, go ahead and drill and tap it. Use, does that end of that plunger pull off of there? Is that unscrewed? It's got a line on it.
Actually,
Did he just machine that into?
try to turn it.
Yeah, he just machined that into.
Looks like a thread to me. It's a thread.
He's got a lot tight and big time.
You got another piece of metal? Piece of aluminum.
Man, this is a lot of machining. um,
Is that one thick enough to do what we're wanting to do?
yeah, because this was made the OD of the plastic piece.
I know, but is it? Here, let me see it.
It's this diameter.
I know, but it needs.
All it needs to be is this groove cut in it.
Right, that's all you need, and leave this back on it.
You gotta turn it down from about right there this way to this diameter.
Right, then cut the
And
groove.
then cut this groove in it.
Right. That one will work. This one would probably work, but I think that would be better.
Whatever I do. Nobody's down there. I mean, it's easy on this thing because everything's parallel.
Right.
You know, all it is this, cut a groove in it, over and get in it. These guys that are full-time machinists are come in here and whip that thing out in 5 minutes. Of course, they wouldn't do that with my lack of machining items. Let me see something here.
We just took this on the disc sander and sanded this off. It's probably gonna get super hot.
You think?
I can't hold it. It's gonna get way too hot.
What are you trying to do?
Get these movers off there.
No, I'll get them. I'll figure it out later.
Okay, let me go get the dope. Dope! Drugs!
Oh, no.
Okay, you got the dope. The dope! You guys painting down there? Okay.
How are you boys doing down there?
This is totally going to be freehand. I'm not even going to worry about the tape line. If this is thin dope, I'm not sure this is going to cover. I might have to get some of the unthinned. Let's see what they're doing. 14 likes, still planning. Okay. I'm watching the chat, guys. If you want to talk, you can say something.
You can just say ha ha ha. Ha.
Yeah, look at them knuckleheads.
Close. Be nice if you had a real nice machine shop.
It'd be nice if we had $1 million.
Yeah, and I can wish in one hand and you know what in the other. See which one fills up first.
What I'm trying to do here is make this canopy look like it's part of the airplane, not an afterthought. Yeah, I think 2 coats is going to take it. That acrylic really covered well, but
See this?
I don't know how Tom Creasy gets away with painting his airplanes in acrylic. Acrylic won't even hold up to alcohol.
Me neither. I think he's coating them, top coating them with something.
See, this paint job cost $1.98. He was proud of that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, well, when you're on a budget, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Wonder if he's all right. I haven't seen him in
Long time, yeah. Last time I saw him was last year, I think, at the Nats. Down there at the beginning.
He didn't fly, did he?
Yeah, I think he did fly. Let's see, this is pain in the butt to set up. I really am not set up very This is machining the hillbilly way. Looks about right.
That one thread on there, how do you measure wing area? I was gonna take a picture of my thumb. You go, yep, that's about right.
That's about right. Okay.
Just make it big enough to
See, if you had 2 or 3 lays, then you could sit here and set up the different operations. And I guess I could set up on the mill. But then again, I'm lacking V-blocks and all that kind of stuff.
Why not making a Spender wing? No, it won't work because the tube is what's the problem. The O-ring is pushing the tube. It's not designed for that O-ring. You know, I give the engineers on my channel a hard time. But I gotta tell you, when something's a proven product and it's working, why would you try to re-engineer it? So make it as close to the engineering spec as possible. Kind of like these guys with these exponential control horns. Man, just put a horn in it and be done with it. Carrying around all that rigmarole.
Okay, so let's see.
Everybody's always trying to reinvent the mousetrap. I'll tell you, the YouTube channel I really like is the guy who's some type of NASA engineer, and he designs a bird feeder for the squirrels that they can't get at, and he's got an obstacle course. Did you see that thing?
I saw that obstacle course, man. That squirrel finally figured that puppy out there, but it fling him up. That was pretty good.
Now, if you look at this canopy, you see the line that I painted there. It's not real straight. It doesn't matter because I'm going to paint with a tape line from the outside. This is only to hide the glue so that you can't see the glue from the inside and the superfill, if that makes sense. So when you put the superfill on, you have to stay under this line. Yep, most of the guys watching my channel are 60 to 70 years old. That's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah. That's right there.
If you're under 60, you're a youngster on this channel. Okay, I've straightened up the lines some so it doesn't look quite as goofy, but it'll be fine. As Mark would say, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Mark from Big Bill Auto Body. I wonder if he's still alive. He was a rather large fellow, rather round fellow. Okay. Let that dry for a minute, and I guess we'll put the canopy on, and then I'll start stupid filling it. We're gonna see what John's doing. You make a whole new one? No, that's the same piece, right? You got a tap this size?
Yeah, I should have it out. It's 3/8 24.
Well, shoot. Well, let's test out the pilot and see if he's in there good. Now for the pilot test. I'd say he's in there pretty good. He'll lift the airplane by his ears. Better to test now than to have him flopping around.
That is for sure.
Oh shoot, I wonder how I'm gonna get that glue in there, in that groove with it. I mean, 5 minutes is pretty quick.
No, he's 5 minutes.
Well, I'm not gonna stand there and hold it for 30.
Tape it.
Tape it.
And there's two of us here. One of us can hold it while the other one tapes it.
Yeah. This is the problem area back here. Gonna be just like that. I suppose. Hope it wasn't a mistake drilling the holes up around the front, because it doesn't sit down in there to hide them holes. So I'm afraid that when I push the superfill in there, the superfill's gonna mooey through them holes on the front here.
Yeah, that's all right. That's not gonna. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. You have to watch out for that. Get epoxy, fill them with epoxy first. Pull that out of there once. Your problem lies is that this groove can't go straight in like that. This has to be relieved along this inside edge here to angle the same angle as that canopy. And the same way on the sides, it needs to go straight down in that depth. You know, whatever angle this is, it's got to maintain that angle. It just can't be a groove right around there.
Well, I was concerned because I cut through the back of
Yeah, I know, it's a royal pain.
I don't want to have a stress crack right there. Boom, when the back half of the fuselage fly out.
Do like how Rafi does, put little round fiberglass discs all there.
Yeah, okay.
About 1,000 of them.
Women's fingernail file, where would that be? I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Angle stuff, I'm gonna have to go as is. As is. Someday I'll get this airplane finished. Ooh. Again, I hope it don't show through the cockpit. I'm gonna glue it on anyway. It'll be fine. Good. It'll be fine. $16 and $16. How to make the expander ring? Yeah, they're still talking about the expander ring on that. You guys are way behind. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna drill and tap that.
Actually, this'll be fine as is now. That helped a little bit.
Let's go down in there a little more.
Yep. Be fine as is. Only thing I'm worried about is them holes in the front, like I said. They gotta put some epoxy on them front holes. Keep from having superfill go through there.
Well, yeah, you're gonna put epoxy in it, right? Anyway, right? How high above the fuselage side are there, the cowling is it?
1/16 of an inch.
That's what I do is I just take a toothpick after you glue it on, take a toothpick and just schmutz a little epoxy in them. Because they're really not doing a lot up there.
No, I don't, what I was thinking.
You're gonna get that.
The superfill will come up, to that line.
Yeah, I know. It'll cover all them holes all the way around it. So
Right.
it'll push through wherever you don't get that filled with epoxy at. You got another canopy, don't you?
Not really. I cut it, but it don't fit as good.
Is it just a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller? Did you put that on the inside when you marked it,
don't
or the
remember.
outside when
I
you
don't
marked
remember. It doesn't fit as good though. This one fits perfect because it was made for it.
They're open.
Who?
Radical RC.
Is open right now?
That's what it says. We'll find out.
They're not open.
No. They didn't change their ad,
Yeah.
their web page.
It's okay, I'll use this one. What I'll do is from the front half, I'll just put epoxy on the inside.
Yeah, and let it.
I'll do that now.
Because it's going to show that superfill on the outside. You know what you could always do instead of using superfill, you could use micro balloons and epoxy.
No, it'll be fine. I'm gonna move that line up a little bit higher though, with the white. So I can get a little more grip on it with superfill. Double that.
All right.
Because the superfill is actually what's holding this canopy on.
Yeah.
Nobody better be picking my airplane up by the canopy, I can tell you that. I've seen that done too. Have you?
Well, I've had them picked up about everywhere there is to pick them up at, but I haven't seen the canopy on. That would totally chap me.
You think? Landing gear and the spinner, that's the way I bring them back.
I knew what I was thinking. What was I doing? Knew what I was doing, but what was I thinking? Yeah, that's about it.
Actually, these holes are filled up with dope. I don't think superfill is going to push through it. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay without doing anything. Except that one.
I haven't drilled a canopy like that in a long time.
Well, I like staking them like that, so.
Well, I used to do it, but.
We could use some RC56 canopy glue.
I got some. I put them on with that stuff, and they haven't come off. My SV22 put on with that.
Really?
Yep. Damn, I can't get everything tight in there. Ain't got enough beef on it.
Okay. Man, you made some tinsel foil.
Yeah.
Sure you're not bottomed out?
No, I just got it started. Problem is, I can't get anything tightened down enough on it to really do anything.
It probably could have been made out of plastic too, don't you think?
Yeah. There coulda. I don't have a spring-loaded tap follower, so.
Chuck won't tighten up,
Which,
the lathe chuck.
it's not spinning there, it was spinning. I had,
It's spinning here, it's spinning on this. Watch it.
I didn't want to leave grooves in it.
You ever watch them YouTube restoration videos of guys taking crescent wrenches like that and make them like show pieces?
Oh, yeah. This ain't the best tap in the world either, but it didn't work.
Sticks and rocks. How'd you make that? Sticks and rocks.
A lot of time. As old Chad says.
I like watching that channel. Some of the stuff he does is kind of boring to me, but
It can get out there.
just take 2 gallons of this fitter fill and slobber it on 40 grit scratch marks and then back it off. Yeah, I wish I could do that.
He was making running boards. or something, some old car he's fixing up, and he's taking round two, and he says, "This is how I bend this." He takes that tube, bang, 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 beats it on the ground, it beats the warp into it. He says, "Oh, that ain't enough." Bang, bang, bang.
He reminds me of Chopper, for my club president. Gets it done somehow.
Yeah,
I can't. COVID got no show. I don't know what got Chopper. I think Alzheimer's got Chopper. Everybody's dead. Everybody I know is dead.
I've got like one childhood friend that's still alive that I hung out with, one of my buddies. Just one.
These weren't childhood friends. They were just close friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you get that.
All the guys that I lived with down at the Salton Sea are dead. All the girls that I knew are dead.
Yeah, the girls was dropping off faster than the guys was there for a while for me. I lose my own head if it wasn't attached.
There you go. Now just make that thing fit. I don't know how you're going to hold it to cut that groove in it.
I'm gonna take a rod and thread it 1/4-24,
Screw it in.
and then go like that and chuck the rod into the lathe, and
Hope for the best.
what I need is a bottom tap.
Yeah. Well, got a grinder.
Then I won't be able to tap anymore, except the ones I already got tapped. And I need a new tap anyway, because it's really dull. You cut it, but I'm real close to the bottom.
Yeah, don't go no more.
I'm
You
not
break
gonna-
that off there, you're
I don't want to
screwed.
break it off, yeah. This is sort of real close to a bottom tap, but it's not. See, it's not a bottom tap, but it's close to one. It probably goes 4 teeth in there before it.
Breaks off.
All right, I got that. Now I got a 3/8 24 die.
Might need a 3/24 bolt instead of going through all that shit of making something.
Right, I'm a hardware store. A fine thread bolt. Got a piece of 3/8.
We've been on 2 hours, but we don't have much chatting going on. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do the 30-minute epoxy trick with a toothpick.
30-minute epoxy trick with the toothpick. That's the best way I can see.
Toothpick and tape. Okay. Where's the toothpicks?
In the little thing with the
Oh, yeah.
red caps on them.
Yeah, I remember now. This is different than I normally do it.
Well, adapt.
I just slather the epoxy on the canopy and set her down on there. But I think this one is a little more difficult.
Yeah, just a touch.
We're gonna run that engine after lunch. I think it's,
Yeah, I have to make up we'll have to get a sawhorse out and stuff and screw it in.
I think it's just the fuel.
I'd like to hope that's what it was.
I'm not believing it's the tank. And that motor is new. It's got great compression. I mean, okay, here's how this is gonna work. Gonna mix up 30-minute epoxy. I'm gonna take a toothpick and I'm gonna dauber it into this groove. I'm gonna set it down and John's gonna tape it while I'm holding it down.
3/8, 24.
Then we're gonna stand back and look stupid. That's 5. I mean, I wish I could do it with 5 minutes, and I probably could in a different setting, but I don't dare.
I'm not keeping this place and everything.
Because you have CRS.
Yeah. Kind of like old timers.
I got some timers.
Yeah. Yesterday was a real bad day for me, and I couldn't get things right if you paid me yesterday. And Barb was the same way, and it come down to dinner, and then she burnt dinner. So I had to end up going out and get something, which is all right.
You don't even have these open. Oh, yeah.
Well, aren't you a lucky soul?
Yeah.
You get to
Initiate the.
what's the size for a die? 3/8, full 3/8.
Yeah, it's got to be because that's the size of the finished threads. Did you see Cletus McFarland have a Takano fly over his Freedom 500 factory?
Yeah, I think I did see that one.
He met him at the airport and they did a flyby or whatever.
I got the business card to the pilots of the Takanos. Captain something, or I can't remember his name. 3 out of the pilots I got to talk to and got their business cards, and when I was building the Takanos, I did it up in Brazilian air show colors, and they they were interested. I showed them pictures and everything, and they thought it was really nice.
Okay. This is all the epoxy I'm going to use. It's not very much. Try to dauber it in here with the toothpick. The epoxy isn't really what holds the canopy on, it's the superfill.
So I do mine a little bit different than you do yours. I use the superfill and stuff, but I take tissue paper and go over all the superfill and the whole joint with a layer of tissue. And that just, I don't know, works for me.
Well, I mean, I could tissue over the superfill here, but there's no need to. Superfill's plastic. Plastic or something. I don't know what exactly it is. I just know it's the best stuff on the market.
Yeah, it does work.
We can go back to microballoons and epoxy.
That's not too awful bad. That's better than.
I like epoxylite. I can make it work. The only thing I didn't like about it is its color, because
Yeah, the color sucks. Brown.
I used epoxylite for years. It should be epoxy rock.
Yeah, I hated that stuff. If you didn't get it on just right.
And it wasn't exactly like superfill where you got some leeway if you make a mistake.
Nah, you don't get any leeway.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this the other way. Yeah, the only reason why I'm trudging forward, there's no air tanks in this. There's no, I'm out of time. I mean, the Nats is only what? How many months away? 60 days. This is April, May, June. Yep, 60 days. So this airplane has to be finished in 60 days, test flown and trimmed, if I'm going to fly it at the NATS. The other one is not really ready. I mean, I expect this year to be a disastrous NATS.
Yeah, it'd probably be low on attendance maybe.
Well, I'm totally unprepared.
Well, most people are too. The ones that live down south might have the advantage on everybody because they got nicer weather. You happen to live in a state that got opened up.
The less communist of states. I watched Bill Still last night. He had Bill Benny on. You know who that is?
Oh.
Bill Benny's the CIA guy or the NSA guy that created all the spy programs. He really there's some really dastardly stuff that went on.
I didn't just do that, did I?
Okay, I got one shot to put this canopy on. This isn't quite as bad as the way that I do it normally, but fortunately this is 30-minute epoxy, so. In my normal setting, I do this with 5 minutes.
I hardly ever use 5 minutes for anything.
Okay, we're around it. Get another toothpick. Okay. Okay, we'll set this to the side. Now this is the test piece. When this is dry, the canopy will be dry. I've already wiped out the inside for the last time. I hope we got it all. And get your tape for me, John. Okay, tape the back first. Not bad, so that's good.
Okay, now we're
I guess the middle where my finger is here, across his head. One across the front.
trying to stretch that tape as much as I can, make it,
Yeah, make it pull.
yeah.
That looks all right. Wait. I want to wipe the glue off. There's a little bit of glue. The glue,
Here, you can put that on there. You don't have to hold the thing more.
the glue is very hard to sand. So if you see a little bit of glue moved out, wipe it off.
Yeah, it's easier to wipe it off right now.
I think maybe 70% would be better than 91 for that. Yeah, I got it on straight, so that's good. Superfill sands easy, epoxy sands very hard. Rubber. Okay, we're one step closer. Unfortunately, tomorrow's laundry day, so I don't know how much. And everything I own is dirty. Got to have work clothes.
Yeah.
Man, you made quite a bit of tinsel there.
Yeah, I know.
Can't get out of the steel anytime.
You know what it's like to cut steel in the shop. Let me give you a little bit of advice. I don't cut steel. I have a hard enough time cutting brass and aluminum and stuff, and what I don't understand is why this keeps eating the threads out of it.
Well, quarter turn and clear.
Yeah, that's about what I've been doing. And I've been following it with this, trying to keep pressure on it.
Well, I don't know that I do that.
Well, that forces the threads on it. And I'm just, as I feel it, just, it's not like I'm,
Turn it back every every quarter turn, you go turn it back a quarter turn.
If I had a Tapmatic or something like that, I could just put it in the middle.
Let her rip, tater chip. Okay, we got 11 and 17. Two hours, 33 minutes. I guess we'll stand another 30 minutes and then go to lunch. The day's shot.
See what this does too is it makes sure that that tap
Square,
is square.
clear, go back, quarter turn. It's probably soft aluminum.
Well, yeah, it's Harbor Freight, Home Depot. All I gotta do is get enough on there to
Hold it. Yeah, that's funny. Just make sure that you have that thing up against the lathe, you know, Man, I can't believe how time flies.
Yeah, I know, you're all the time complaining, I don't get as much done as I. That's how it goes. I was out there working on my rototiller and I spent 7 hours out there on that rototiller. It should have been about a 2-hour job.
Still ain't working.
It still ain't working. I could have, if I had all the parts and pieces, I could have rebuilt one, re-ringed it and everything in that time. Had to go get the voltmeter, had to come out and try to find out why it's not getting spark. And it's starting to puff and put that new coil on it. Puffing a little bit, but it's not putting out enough voltage. Enough. Then polarity's wrong on it.
Why are you still continuing with that? You got plenty of thread there.
Half of that's stripped, I think.
think I'm gonna take and brush paint the outside too. Tape it off, brush paint the outside, then put the super coat down, so it gets a double whammy.
Or
It's gonna be a nice airplane. It's gonna be super nice. You guys can talk. I'm watching the chat. Make one of those. Take that pink ball and mold it out of that white plastic. Pink rubber, mold it out of the white plastic. Reproduce these things and sell them by the millions.
I thought there's an injection molding place right down there the hill here.
Yeah.
And I put in a bunch of presses in their building for them. Not that they would give me anything, but it might give me in the door to get a contract. There's one would be in a painting.
You got 16th to go yet.
The knobs and stuff on this thing don't work with the crap. There's too much play and everything. Remember, you gotta divide everything in half, whatever you think you're doing. Half. And you got half on each side of it.
We think how I could mold those. How would you mold that?
Boy, do you have to do the two-part mold or something?
No, I think I can do it in one. I just like I did them nose cones in one. Let's see. Would have to sit down like that. Mold it like that. Yeah, I can do it. how you do it is hang this in the cup. Yeah, I have to glue a piece on this for it. There might be.
What you could do is mold everything except the hole and whatever, the groove.
The groove would mold fine. That silicone rubber, you know, you can pop it out.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to mold the hole too. You have to tap it.
Bird.
I'm thinking the thickness of the lip on that hat is important too. So you gotta come back a 1/16 of an inch. When you get that
This has to be fit in there just right. This lip.
right,
This one doesn't matter. It can be whatever thickness is back there, but you need
This-
this gap right.
right, this needs to be a 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. So when you start this groove here, step back whatever that distance is right there. A 1/16 it looks like.
Yeah, I had one. I get down later. OD here, we're getting real close. Super close. Wish I had a brake on this thing.
Probably doesn't need to be that heavy. Hey, epoxy's set up pretty close.
I'd leave it on there for a little while.
I'm gonna try this new type of blue, you know, the blue fine line.
Mm-hmm.
They 3M doesn't sell 16th inch wide blue fine line, but line does. It's a green tape. It's
I like the green tape better, but
no. It's the same as the blue tape. It's plastic, not like that other green tape. This is lime green, and it's Kosmowski.
oh, okay. It's not masking tape?
No, it's just like blue fine line.
Does it make? I mean, I know I can get 16th in the green, but that's plastic. It's a plastic. The green is. It's not crepe or anything like that. It just doesn't turn corners as good.
This stuff turns corners.
But at 16th of an inch, you don't have any problem. It's when you start getting 1/8 inch and quarter, you know, and I don't use quarter. All I ever use is 1/8. Carbon bits.
Yeah,
They work great after you resharpen them.
that's close enough. John's making tinsel.
This is a lot of shit to turn off.
I think that's gonna work good.
There's that. Now. Oh, where's my bid?
Over 16th and
That's easier said than done. With what I got to work with.
TLAR, that looks about right. Should be fine. Just start cutting that groove in there. At least you don't have to part it off.
Yeah, but I gotta cut with a frickin' parting tool. I don't have the right tooling.
That size right there.
That's what I'm gonna try to do it. Trying to do it the size of this, cross these webs.
No, I'm talking about the distance here.
Difference does that make?
A lot.
I don't think it makes that much difference, but we'll get picky with the damn thing. Do one of two things.
Come this way from the back, 1/4 inch. Or
It's not a 1/4
5/16.
inch.
it'll probably be okay. The only reason why I'm kind of a stickler on the measurements, some engineers sat and figured that out in CAD, or maybe not. They were designed before CAD, but what does that do?
Keeps you from going any further than that.
Oh. You get all kinds of doodads for this thing now.
Yeah, but I don't have enough.
Where'd you get that from?
It come with the blade when I bought it. Now see, you can screw this in or out to stop you wherever you want to. So the only way it come this way, half that far.
Yeah.
Got the right thickness there on the front.
It'll probably be all right. Yeah, 10 and 18. 10 watchers, 18 thumbs up. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the share button. Hit the join button. Hit the super chat button. Super chat button's that little dollar sign under the chat box. We're going to come out with something super nice here, maybe. Oh, we got 5 minutes for 3 hours. Huh?
Doesn't look right. cutoff bits, they're not cut straight across the end of them. They're angled. So it cuts off the piece first that
This should have come straight up to that diameter from that groove.
I understand that. It doesn't though, does it?
Nope. Prototype.
Getting hungry, I'm getting,
Yeah, we
my
can.
blood sugar's getting low, I can tell. That looks like something's too big.
Maybe cut a little deeper. Or a little farther back. This groove here, cut it back some more back this way.
Actually, I think that's gonna be pretty good if I make that all the way back to that leg. All the way back to this.
This diameter here all the way back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll try that.
because I think, see what I mean? I think that groove's right behind this.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So when I touch that back there, we're right there. Problem arises is, okay, this is the right diameter, I think, right here. But because this bit is not.
Monoject. I wonder if I looked up Monoject, if we can just order from them. Yeah, it's probably warm. Didn't take you long to inspect it, did it? I can't believe we got 19 likes, 15, 14 watchers now, and nobody's chatting.
Everybody's listening.
Listening to the knuckleheads.
There's nothing to see here.
Yeah, it's not a very informative video, but you get to spend your Saturday afternoon at John's. 12:30.
Okay.
And Danny, if you're watching, you best be out in the garage sanding. I don't want to hear any excuses.
He's sitting back like in that video in his big old easy chair.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, he got work to do. I know what he means.
Blue there. That's the ticket.
Now we know what we need to do. What we need here.
Is an extra 16th, so this is up against that.
Yeah. But that'll work just like that. I mean, it's sealing right now.
This is yours.
Never mind.
This is mine over here. We need to show this. They've watched your back for the whole video. You might as well see what's made. It's almost perfect. I'm going to mold up some of these, and maybe I'll have them by Nat's time. I don't know. But this takes the Jim Lee plunger and puts the stock rubber on it. So you see what I mean? I mean, you got what I mean now. Why this needs to be pushing that rubber, right?
I know what you're talking about.
So I mean, this will work.
I just went too deep on it, but that'll work for just a
Time. We'll try it today.
but
You got a 1/4 inch wrench out.
I'll make that different next time.
We'll mold the good one. Guess I could use these pliers
Once
here.
I get my setup here, which I'm not very good at this stuff. I don't do enough machining and
Right.
stuff to really do anything. Enough to get
In trouble.
trouble. About every 5th time I do it, I get a good part. My biggest thing is tooling. I just don't have the right tooling and stuff to do this junk. I'm trying to machine with a
Stick.
with a cutoff tool and stuff like that. I'm trying to get it. I got a little quick change tool post, but I need a bunch of tools. Need the tooling and the little pieces that the tooling goes into for it, so you don't have to. Every time you take a tool out, you gotta recenter everything.
So we're going to take the Jim Lee end here and take it off.
Stuff's not cheap. Tooling's expensive.
And put this piece on.
If I had a dovetail cutter that would do steel, I could make these pieces.
Don't fit that one very good. Fits this one okay, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's probably one that's gotten stretched out.
Yeah, don't fit that one very good. But this one here, it leaked. Oh, you can feel it.
Oh yeah.
When it goes by there, you can feel it pushing it out.
Well, you're squeezing it too. Yeah, you're not in a really good controlled. I don't see how I could make that little ring just a tad bit smaller diameter that locks into that rubber piece.
What it's dragging on is this ring here. This ring here needs to be turned down a few thousandths, this back part.
What about this ring that goes up inside here?
No, I think it's okay. I think this is dragging on the screwdriver.
There's never anything where you think it's at.
Yeah, I got this little screwdriver here. And the tap set. Just turn this piece down maybe 10 thousandths.
You don't think that needs to go down just a
No.
little bit?
No.
That could be, I really don't think that needs to be any kind of dimension at all. To be honest with you, I think it could be that diameter. Wouldn't hurt anything. I know what you're wanting.
Get a good one, we'll mold the damn things and sell them. We think they're worth $2-3 a piece?
No. Probably, you can pay, if you're paying
Molded.
$7. Maybe.
That's perfect. Let's give her a whirl. Put the thing on it and suck up some water.
See, what I'll do is I'll pull it out there once. What I'll do is I'll make the overall, rather than adding it right here and having this thicker, same thickness, just move it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits in there. That fits in there right, because it's no bind.
All we can do is try it. I think it's right.
It all determines on the stock seal, as long as it works. I never leave these things down. When typically I don't store them like that. I store them with this out, like that. And that way it doesn't bow any of this out down here. It's only when you get all absolutely full. You can probably store them like that, apart.
Yeah.
But when you buy them, they're up there at about an inch. They're up, I don't know, about an inch out. I think they are. I think they're like that when you buy them. And that way you can't get stuck. If you leave them bottomed out, you can get it stuck all the way on the bottom, and then the plunger will pull off the end of these. I've had that happen.
Well, I guess we're going to go to lunch here, and we'll come back. We're going to run a motor and give this a test. I'll untape this canopy before lunch so you can see what it looks like. So the paint job might go on this next weekend, maybe. Now I'm missing a plunger. Where's that other plunger? Of course, I don't have a rubber for it anyway. Well, there it is.
Therein lies the problem.
Yeah, but the body's good, so. Maybe I ought not set them all up like this until we figure out if it's going to work or not.
Well, I can't see why it wouldn't work. The biggest thing, can you pull it all down all the way to where you get 5 ounces in it?
Past 5 ounces.
Okay, that's good. Even with it thicker on the end, we're still going past 5 ounces by.
Feels good. It feels right.
It's a stock plunger. Yeah, and here's absolutely bone stock. That's about the same, which it should.
It's a stock piece on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the hybrid Jim Lee plunger doohickey.
With the replacement for the O-ring deal.
Yeah, them O-rings. I'm going to go on the website or on the internet and look for this monoject and see if I can buy them.
That's standard. I've been all over them places. It's hard to find a 5 ounce syringe even, period.
Somebody's got to make that rubber though, and somebody's got to sell those rubber.
Well, I understand that, but that's a proprietary thing for monoject probably, for their syringes, and they got the patent on it, and you want one, you might play hell.
Okay. Unwrapping Christmas.
Now, how come I'm missing a syringe?
There's one right here. No, this is
Body.
yeah, that's yours.
Mine should have tape on it.
Yeah. Well, these were both mine because I both had cam locks on them on mine.
Yeah, I have one on this one. I didn't on this other one. And this is yours.
Yeah. Okay, now the next step in this process for me is that when we get back from lunch, after running the motor or whatever we're going to do, is I'm going to take this line off here and I'm going to brush paint on the outside of this before I superfill it. And then I will mold that in and it will look like part of the airplane.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys haven't. I mean, that's why they watch this channel.
Yeah, you don't just want to set it on there and yeah, something I have it done.
And it's even on straight. The pilot's glued in, the canopy's glued on. We are set for molding and a paint job. Here. I wish I would have saved that fuel that I tried to use to see if we could make it run on that, but I believe it's the crap fuel I had that made this thing not run.
It could very well be if you're storing that in your car.
Well, that fuel was like 2 years old, maybe 3 years old. So I poured what was left. I was going to try to use it up, and I poured what was left and out at the field. So we'll fill that bottle up from my big jug. That's in the car, but it's closed off. That's a regular racing.
Yeah, that's a good jug.
Good container. It shouldn't allow any moisture in.
What the hell's going on here? That damn muffler. The pressure cap.
Take the muffler off. Don't have to run it with a muffler back there unless the neighbors will freak out.
Might have to take it off.
But what do you guys think? How did that canopy install turn out? Does that look good? I mean, it'll look perfect when finished, but Hopefully I don't have any fingerprints in it.
Or dust.
I got
Dust
all,
is a big killer.
I got all the dust out, I think. Let's see what it looks like when I alcohol it. $70 is gone. Yep, it'll be fine. It crystals right out. That's good. See this will all get sanded till it's frosty with 320 and then 500 and 600 and then cleared. When I clear the airplane, I'll clear right over the canopy. Then you polish that along with the airplane and it seals it in and it looks like it's part of the airplane. What are you looking for?
Just waiting.
Oh, we're hungry. Hungry. Okay, guys, we're going to go to lunch and we'll be back after lunch. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in a short.
Toodles.